Yes, Seth. I know this video is really late, but yes, I'm really hungover because yesterday I slept pretty much all day and then I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna go out and drink. So I did. I was gonna make a video in town, but obviously as soon as you start drinking, you forget. But I watched your video and I made notes because I thought I'm gonna sort of know everything that you said and talk about it myself. I'm on the fucking ball today, kind of. Well, the video's really late. Was supposed to be made yesterday. Oops. Anyway, right. So I want to talk about the from the comic side of things, right? Most of my collection is really old, and one thing I've noticed: DC Comics was a lot cheesier, so much cheesier. There was a lot of like monologuing, and there was a lot more like text to tell the story. But a lot of stuff that happened was just cheesy as hell. Um, and Marvel Comics sort of, I think, took themselves a lot more seriously. But some of the plots in the DC comics are just like, I know it's this in the newer Marvel comics they're really open, but like in the old DC comics, the story I'm reading at the moment is all to do with like the Dark Cloud, and the Dark Cloud resurrects like fucking zombies and vampires and werewolves, and you've got like all the Justice League from like all over the world fighting various threats. Batman gets possessed and like his body nearly gets torn apart, and there's like just so much good stuff that happens. But I am very 50-50 on the comics because obviously Marvel has like Planet Hulk and just these stories that like Planet Hulk is still my favorite comic of all time. That it's too fucking good. It's my pride and joy is that comic. And you said about Batman being like that all-time sort of great character, and I think that's just it. Like, there's something about Batman that's so unique as a character, because he's not really a superhero, but he's got an amazing origin story, and like he's just so badass. The fact that he can go toe to toe even with like superpowered beings is just the just everyone fucking loves Batman. No one could fully explain why. He is just such a good character and a very original character. The cartoons is something I'd completely forgotten about. I mean, if you look, I don't know if you'll be able to see or not, but I've got a few X-Men's Batman animated series. Just look, just for the people at home. This is my superhero movie collection. Yeah. Fucking love it. But yeah, with the cartoons, I mean, I haven't watched many of them, but that's because I hate watching stuff online. Like, I've seen you can get the X-Men box set, all the episodes and series for dirt cheap, and it's like, I'd much rather buy a full box set and just sit down and watch the cartoons comfortably, rather than it's like I tried watching Smallville online, and it was just a pain in the ass to find the episodes, and but the box set for Smallville is quite cheap. I know it's not a cartoon, but Smallville, it's just cool. You said about DC and the Batman films and everything, but I really did like Man of Steel, and Man of Steel is the first film for them that's setting the ground for Justice League. Like, they're ignoring the Dark Knight trilogy. That was Christopher Nolan's take on it. Um, they want to release the next standalone Batman film we're going to get is going to be in 2017, but of course we're going to get Batman and Superman appearing in a film together. But I think they did a really good job. There was a show I've been watching on YouTube, and this guy kind of said the thing is, people get pissed off when the films aren't exactly like the comics. But he said that's just stupid. Like, when people say, oh, this isn't the Spider-Man from the comics, it's like, which Spider-Man? When you've got that much source material, it's stupid when people are kind of like, oh, it's not like the comics. he said basically you take, you know, their origin story, their powers, you take those key things and then just do what you want with them and make great films. But I, yeah, agree with that. Another thing that he brought up was with Marvel films. We want so badly for there to be, you know, the Avengers crossing over with X-Men, Fantastic Four. We want Spidey in the Avengers. We just want the film universe to be as big as the comic book universe. But the point somebody made was that, you know, say they said, right, we're going to make an Avengers film and we're going to put Wolverine in there and Spider-Man in there. When it comes to splitting the profit from that film, Disney's going to kind of say, well, hang on, Fox has just brought in Wolverine, Sony has just brought in Spider-Man, why should they get as much money as us, who have brought in Captain America, Thor, Hulk, and all these kind of guys? But just we as fans just want them to fucking just let Marvel just own everybody so that we can have these amazing films, really. Another thing I found interesting, it was a debate that was on the same show. At the end of The Dark Knight Rises, you've got John Blake, the policeman, and the woman's like, oh, you should use your real name. And then she's like, Robin. And we all flipped out. Like, everyone who watched that film was like, Robin, oh, so he's Robin. But then this guy sort of said, well, he's not Robin at all. You know, Christopher Nolan said it wasn't meant to be, oh yeah, he's Robin. It was meant to be a cheeky little nod to us fans of the comics who like Robin, and that was it. So there was a huge argument about whether or not he was supposed to be the next Batman or if he was supposed to be Robin. So that was quite interesting. Yeah, the last thing I was going to talk about is just injustice and games and stuff, right? Like, I agree, like me and Owen were talking about this the day that I got Injustice. We were playing it and we said Marvel need to do this because like Injustice is the best fighter I've ever played, and a Marvel version of it would just be unreal. But you say that Injustice had a lack of bad guys. I really don't think it did, or that they struggled, because the way the characters were picked for Injustices, they wanted a variety of characters. They didn't want every single fighter to be the same. They wanted everyone to be unique. And it's like, I mean, he broke the bat. He deserves to be there. Yes, you've got Lex Luthor, you've got Doomsday, the man that killed Superman, you've got quite major bad guys in there, and a nice variety of bad guys. And I mean, I do absolutely love Injustice as a game, and I think for DC fans just feel very sort of treated by it. And I mean, this is the thing. A lot of the bad guys are sort of linked to Batman, but it's like, if they think about it, if they made a Marvel fighter, it's like you said, most of the bad guys would probably be from Spider-Man, because he's like their major character. But yeah, that's my rant over. That's all my notes taken care of, and this video is really long, making up for lateness. But yeah, that's just my sort of opinion on things, really. So yeah, I've got so much. I cannot wait till you come back down, just so I can show you all the comic stuff I've been doing. Because the comic that, basically me, Seth and Miles, yeah, I've said before, we started this comic, and the ideas have just been flowing, and the stories that I've got coming out I'm really excited about. And so yeah, we'll see you very soon, bud. Bye.